All right, boys. It is week 1 of college football. Clemson, Georgia. So pumped.
It's game week.
Game week. It finally is here.
The countdown.
As of today, we have 6 days. When this is posted, what will it be? 3?
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah,
3 or 4, depending on when we post it.
Yeah. So, dude, you ready to take an L?
I won't be taking any L's.
I think you need to prepare for the L.
I'm a Georgia fan.
Yeah.
Well, you can't spell Clemson without one big old fat L.
You can't spell Georgia without an L either.
Yeah, you can't spell Bulldogs without 2 L's.
Yeah, well, we're going to take no L's week 1. But, okay, no bias in this. Talk about the keys if from the Georgia perspective. What does Georgia have to do to win this game?
To win that game. But first,
I'd like to give a shout-out to our sponsor.
I'm going to take a selfie.
Cam Smith with the American Senior Benefits should be about right here, right above me. Thank him. Go see him for all your insurance needs. But also, his link is in the bio. But also, he has an internet radio app called Just Jesus Network Radio. Should be
David's on it.
Right here as well. Our boy David's on there on Saturday mornings at
8:30.
8:30. Great preacher. He laughs all the time, but he is a great preacher. Go listen to him. Again, Just Jesus Network Radio. Thank him.
Tune in to me. Let me know what you think.
Thank you, Cam Smith. We do appreciate it very much.
So now let's dive into the meat of this video. And you're the Georgia fan. You know more about Georgia than anybody I know. So kick us off, Dave.
First off, without spoiling the Clemson side of this and their keys to winning, it's going to be similar. These teams are almost identical on paper.
Well, I think with every game, and I'm a attempt to kind of try to stay away from this, but in every game you can always just say who wins the last
right,
one.
That's why,
ultimately that's where games are.
That's why I'm going. This is why I'm just going to put this on the onset. I'm going to leave out both lines of scrimmage because in any big game, a key to winning is winning the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So I'll say on the onset, if Georgia wants to win, yes, they need to protect JT, but the same goes for Clemson. Same goes for any team in any game. So that's why I'm going to leave that out.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that last year in the Super Bowl.
I'm going
with Patrick Mahomes running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Right. I'm going to give Georgia one of my keys for Georgia is these cats, Latavius Brenny on the defensive side, assuming Tyke Smith don't play, and Keely Ringo over there in the secondary, and on the offensive side, Brock Bowers and John Fitzpatrick, the 2 tight ends. A key to Georgia winning is the next man up mentality. Can these guys filling in for these injured fellas, can they play and contain from there being a drop-off?
Let me ask you a question, and I think this is a good question leading up to this game. Have you heard any – I know you have a lot of inside people. Have you heard anything on Darnell or Tyke playing this weekend?
Pretty much everything's saying it's going to take a miracle for them to play. But they're not really ruled out
because they did have surgery. It was what, a 3 to 4 week out, and It's been 2.5 weeks now.
Yeah, it's been right about that range. But that was the 3 to 4 week was minimum.
Yeah.
My understanding, Darnell's still in a boot as of today.
Okay.
I don't expect either one of them to play. They both hinted at it at social media, but you know how these cats are, and they probably both want to play.
Right. I'm sure.
Let me ask you this: has Kelly Ringo officially been named starter?
No, but that's my expectation.
Okay.
Based off what I'm hearing, and you know, I've actually heard that Amir Speed has played good enough to start, but that Keeley would start, and that may come down to boosters, because he's a highly touted guy. I mean, he's as big as he is, and his measurables tell you he's going to be elite.
No.
We'll see what he does. I'm fearful of what's going to happen with that. But so my first key to the game on the Georgia side is these guys filling in for the injuries. Is the next man up mentality going to be there? Is there going to be any drop off?
Right. Yeah, I like that. Give me one player that you think makes a huge impact on the defensive side of the ball.
Defensively,
as a Georgia fan.
I'm going to say Adam Anderson makes a big impact. Adam Anderson, I believe, is the best pass rusher in the SEC.
Is that the same dude that said he wanted 20 sacks this year?
He wants 20 sacks.
Tell you what, if he gets 20 sacks, he's going top 5.
If he wins,
I think give him the Heisman.
I mean, it depends on how everybody.
Right,
he's in the conversation.
If he got 20 sacks, he'd probably win.
Would that be an NCAA record?
I'm not sure.
I
feel like somebody at some 5 team.
I believe, but you know, and the thing is, it's so hard to depict that. But the reason why I'm saying Adam Anderson here is because, yes, Jordan Davis is really good. Yes, Jalen Carter is really good. We got some interior guys on that D-line that are really, really good. Jordan Davis may be the best defensive tackle in the nation. If not one up. If
No, I
he's
think
not
that's
the
fair.
best, he's one
I
up.
think that's fair.
But I don't believe Clemson is coming into this game with the mindset of we're going to pound the rock.
Right.
This
Absolutely
is going to look like a 7-on-7 matchup in a lot of ways. It's really going to be an aired out game, in my opinion.
To answer that question, Arizona State's Terrell Suggs actually holds the NCAA
Really?
record. Yep.
How many sacks?
24
Really?
in,
That's crazy,
in 2002.
That's crazy.
That's a bunch of sacks. But so, the reason I picked Adam Anderson is because you're going to have a lot of downs and a lot of opportunities to rush the passer.
Yep.
And when you have a quarterback as talented as DJ is, you have to put pressure on him or he's going to pick you apart. The same thing with JT. If you don't get pressure to JT, he's going to pick you apart.
Yeah.
And that goes for really, like we mentioned in other video, even like an average at best quarterback is going to have success given time. So defensively, a player that'll stand out is Adam Anderson, I think. Now, coming into the day, we could say, man, Darion Kendrick really held his own. Man, Keely Ringo, the first-time starter, man, he's a baller. And, things can happen. I can't see the future. My money would be on Adam Anderson. I think he's the best pass rusher in the SEC. Potentially, I think he's one of the best linebackers in the nation. The dude can line up at store.
And from my understanding, y'all do a lot of blitz packaging with your linebackers.
Right. Well, Georgia's designed
much,
schematically to generate pass rush with their outside linebackers. A lot of people have Adam Anderson listed as a defensive end. The thing is, he's 6'4", 240 or something around that range. He wants to play at 250. He runs like a somewhere around a low 4.4. And the thing is,
a low 4.4.
It's somewhere around a 4.4. It may be like
That's
a
crazy.
4.45.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's quick.
For being that big, that's
well, he says his goal is to run a high 4.3.
Yeah.
If he could ever get that,
Yeah.
but you got to respect the goals.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a huge
you
fan
need to
of
have
setting
big
your
aspirations.
goals. I think your goals should be ridiculously high. Because if you underachieve, you've still done a lot.
Right.
But I think he, at the end of the day, is who you're looking at and like he made the difference. Potentially won Georgia this game. Because here's the thing, I'd like to know, and we've mentioned this before. I'd like to dig and see if there's out there. What are the odds you score on a drive there was a sack?
Probably extremely low.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Well, I'll tell
say
you,
that.
and I'll butt in real quick. One of the big keys to that, especially, which this is another obvious thing, is are you staying ahead of the chains? Are you in third down 2, third down 3, or are you in third down and long where you can pin your ears back as a defense and say, I'm going after the quarterback?
Yeah, especially like you brought the question up just now of how many drives end in a touchdown with a sack, especially on first down.
Yep.
Because especially you see this a lot when teams are moving the ball. You started at your own 20, you got to the 50, the opposing 40, and then all of a sudden you have a false start.
Right.
And it's first and 15. Immediately you're behind the chains and you're trying to get back those 5 yards, and then most of the time those end in punts.
Well, I mean, especially with both our D lines on either team, but if Clemson can't stay ahead of the chains, if we're third down and 7, third down and 10 all the time,
because
you're more likely to get more and more and more
because
sacks.
in a 3rd and 2 situation, you can throw that quick slant.
Yeah.
Right.
But 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9,
and potentially
3rd and
even
10,
run it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean,
The longer the quarterback has, it's just a given. The longer the quarterback has the ball, the more likely is to get sacked.
If what is dangerous is putting DJ Ugalele, a UE Alongale.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Putting DJ in a 3rd and long, because that is when Adam Anderson is going to make.
That's
his
what I'm
money.
saying. Yeah.
He's
You've got to stay ahead of the
He's
chains.
a 3rd down specialist, and that's the thing. Is if you're Clemson, you can say we're going to be fine with on 1st and 2nd down taking 3 yards and getting us in 3rd and 4. And not allowing the specialist that is Adam Anderson to make the play. Now flip that to the offensive side.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me an offensive player.
Who is the easy pick here is JT.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go with Jermaine Burton. I don't know if he'll lead the game in receiving. If I had to put money, it'd be him. Kieris could be a guy. Jermaine Burton was.
He's
making,
a sophomore, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what
he
I
was
thought.
making Patrick Surtain look stupid at times.
No, yeah, you were telling me about that.
And if you go back and watch the film, there were so many times that Surtain created 8, 9, 10 yards separation with Surtain. Never even got the ball because Stetson Bennett locks in on one guy.
And Patrick Surtain is as we've already seen, first rounder.
He's an absolute stud. And so, obviously,
no, Jermaine Burton's a beast. Absolutely,
Jermaine Burton is one of the better, if not the best. Obviously, George Pickens is there, but all around receivers at Georgia. Him and JT kind of have a special connection. But you never know what's going to happen, and so it's so hard to make these decisions because you've got other guys like Aaron Smith, you've got Kieris Jackson, you've got the freshman of Brock Bowers. But one of the keys to the game is the pass rush from Georgia. You have to get pressure on this quarterback. Another key to the game is how do these guys filling in for these injured players play?
Yeah.
How do they perform? Is it an obvious drop-off of we're just going to fight and call till we get them back, or are we saying, hey?
Because these young guys have heard, with Darnell and Tyke going down and George Pickens going down, and these injuries, these guys have heard all the hate that, there goes our season, we're done. And can these guys, like you said, can they step up and say, hey, it's going to be okay. We've got it.
Not just for this game, but for the future of the Georgia football season. If Latavius Brenny can come in for Tyke Smith and lock that star down,
and play winning football,
I don't believe there's a man in college football that can just lock Justin Ross down, but hold his own.
Yeah.
And he can play well. Now you're not only looking at, hey, we're good this game.
Yeah.
You're looking at the next few games and saying, look, Tyke Smith, don't rush back.
Yep.
Brenny can hold it down. You get healthy when you can.
These are valuable playing times for these young guys.
And Adam Anderson, as interesting as this is, he's cross-trained at the star position, at the money position.
That's crazy to me. 6'4", 2. How big did you say? 240.
240. He may be more than 238.
Runs
he
4'4".
wants to play at 250.
Like, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But I'll give you one quick key from my perspective. And Georgia fans, don't hate on me too hard. I'm not saying that y'all are terrible at this position, but the only way I know is to tell it from a Clemson perspective, and that is pretty much all our wide receivers are 6'3", 6'4". They're lengthy. And I'm not saying y'all have a bad secondary, but that's probably y'all's weakest link on y'all's defense. And we've seen in 2018 when we won the Natty against Alabama and we dominated, we had lengthy, long 6'3", 6'4" receivers. We've got 6'3", 6'4" receivers, big bodies. How are y'all going to be able to handle 6'3", 6'4" receivers? That length, that size, that I feel like is going to be a key for y'all from my perspective.
And that's the thing. Is what's interesting is the fact that you line Adam Anderson up in the money position, which covers the slot at Georgia, because he's that 6'4" guy. If he's athletic enough to cover one of these receivers, that's a major help.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Latavius Brenny's a bigger guy. Now Keely Ringo's a big guy. As far as we're just talking about
Keely Ringo's big.
Here, Amir Speed's a bigger guy. Daron Kendrick is not necessarily a big guy. That's what's interesting to me.
Right.
There's obvious size. Now here's the thing. It's gonna be interesting. Georgia wants to run man coverage. A coverage smart defense says we're putting our corners on an island, sending our linebackers after you, and daring you to hurt us. But what you may see is a lot of zone. You may see more zone from Georgia, and them ask their linebackers to do more coverage based on just simply personnel. And it's gonna be all about what you bring out. You come out 12 personnel. You may see a man-to-man coverage. You come out and a 5 wide, you're probably gonna see a zone.
Yeah.
And that's just common football knowledge. But if you wanted, and like I said, I try to stay away from the obvious this here. But I've said this to Georgia fans all year. I firmly believe going into Saturday, I think if we give JT plenty of time and a clean pocket, I think we're in a position to win the game.
That goes for both sides.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's just that's the obvious thing. But the keys to winning: generate pass rush. And these newcomers. And the thing is, Latavius Brenny isn't necessarily a newcomer.
Right.
But he's never necessarily played this big role. But he played against Cincinnati, and though we didn't have to cover Justin Ross, he looked very good. And matter of fact, was lights out.
And that's a good quarterback y'all went up against. Desmond Ridder.
A very good quarterback.
He's an NFL
and a
guy.
good team.
Yeah. Absolutely. And a great coach team.
So those are my keys. If I had to add in a third key, it's win special teams. But Georgia does that. Georgia's historically done that. Georgia's really good. I think Georgia has a edge.
Respect the specs. You had the GOAT of all kickers.
Now we have Jack Podolsky.
Which, by the way, went like 6 for 6 in the preseason.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
I loved Rodrigo, dude.
He's an
absolute thug.
We have a similar story now with Jack Podolsky.
I thought you were about to say you and Rodrigo have a similar story. I was like, dude, that's dope. How did I miss this?
Our current kicker's a walk-on that's got on scholarship. But he's good. I think Georgia. I think you have to win special teams. Special teams is overlooked.
No, it is. It really is. Because especially field position. Field position's huge.
It's huge.
If Georgia's constantly having to drive 80, 90 yards down the field, and Clemson's having to go 40, 50 yards, that's a massive, and vice versa.
I remember back when we played A&M and we couldn't move the ball, but our punter was putting them jokers in deep territory.
Right.
I mean, you're forced to drive 80 yards every drive. You're just statistically not.
The games are won there a lot too. Line of scrimmage and field position.
Yep.
That's pretty
And
much
so,
football.
and the last key for Georgia, I'll say, we have to see the offense transform. But like I keep mentioning,
that is a big question.
Like I keep mentioning, the offense transformed last year. There just wasn't personnel to do it. You were down to Stetson Bennett at quarterback. You're not coming out there and running a Todd Monken offense with Stetson Bennett. But so what you need to see, whoever plays the X position and plays for George Pickens with ACL, whether it's Justin Robertson and Marcus Rosemary or Adonai Mitchell, all three I think are three of the better wide receivers Georgia's had in a while. We've had a drought at wide receiver, really. You need to see that step up. You need to see Brock Bowers or John Fitzpatrick, whichever one. I think you'll see John Fitzpatrick when we're running and Brock Bowers when we're passing. Brock Bowers is getting thrown in the fire. It's just a matter of if he can play. And on the defensive side, you need to see Latavius Brini hold his own, and you need to generate pass rush. Because a really good pass rush can hide a suspect secondary.
Yeah, for sure.
But so those are my keys to the game. And if Georgia wins Saturday, I think we look back and say they rushed the passer, and these guys playing for these injured guys played pretty good.
Absolutely.
Yep, I'm good with that.
But
We'll see.
Simple as it goes. Join us next time. You'll be seeing this video probably Tuesday.
Yep.
I believe. Maybe Monday.
No, Monday.
You'll
Yep.
be seeing this video Monday.
You'll be seeing it sometimes this week.
Yeah.
That's about all we really know,
at some
for sure,
point.
yeah.
You never really know. But so you'll probably be seeing this. It'll be Monday. The game will be coming up.
Let us know if there's a key that you think plays a big role in the game. If we didn't talk about it, let us know.
And attempt to stay away from the obvious,
Right.
just for the sake of it.
Because if we wanted to state the obvious, we could say, well, JT's got to play good,
Yeah.
the O-line's got to protect, and the running backs have to play
and not
good.
that that's not true, but it's always fun to try
Right.
to get off the
just
wall.
to
above
venture
me.
out.
Yep.
Yep.
But until next time, keep talking.
And
ball.
like, comment, subscribe, share. I always like to plug that in there.
He does. Keep talking ball.